up, Corner Crew? Welcome to a special episode of the Hip Hop Happy Hour podcast. I'm your host, as always, Brad Baily. I want to give a shout out to y'all for tuning in. You know what we do. It's a special episode because if you haven't been following me, I mean, you don't know, but Friday, we got the Foundation celebrating 50 years of hip hop coming up, Southbridge, Massachusetts at Starlight. Shit is going to be dope. So I wanted to do a little special episode and get some of the people on that are going to be performing at the show, see what they got to say. And it's going to come out sporadically. We're going to have people popping in. But we're going to start off. I got my man Ghost of the Machine on with me right now. So let's bring up Ghost.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Peace, peace.
What up? How you doing, my brother? How you doing?
Man, like I said, man, hanging in there, fighting these demons, trying to choose and stay on a righteous path or a more righteous path. I'm blessed though. How you, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Working, getting nervous for the show coming up, but
Bro, it's gonna be incredible, man.
I know it's like Christmas, though. You know what I mean? You gotta get those butterflies going the week of. So during the show, I'm good. I'm work mode, but you know how to do. So
yes, sir.
We're gonna have some people coming up. I know Sha is gonna be joining us. Evan can't join us. Uncle Evan, he's having a little car issue. So shout out to Ev. Make sure you get that shit fixed, bro. And we'll see you at the show. He's gonna host that shit. He's gonna do a hell of a job.
Hell yeah.
He's got that charisma, and he's gonna do a little bit of a set too, as a little pop-up set, maybe in between some. So we'll see how that goes. But anyhow, Ghost, my man, you've been working hard. I know you have been. I know you've been ready to drop something that you've been waiting for a while. So tell us about it, B. Tell us.
Man, I just been thinking about it today, man. And on top of that, I'm in dad mode. I'm in dad mode right now. One of my kids actually needs me to help him. I'm gonna stay on though.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stay on. But
do your thing,
yo, man. I was thinking like, how intense it is to have a project that is mostly self-produced. And this album got like 20 songs on it, which is fucking crazy, but getting everything put together is kind of tedious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been blessed to work with people like DJ Proof, and to me he's the best walk on the planet in terms of like curating out albums for people. Like, I feel like if you ask anybody that DJ Proof has worked with, how his beats, his production, affects how they write, they're gonna tell you like, it's a catalyst, you know what I'm saying? So this project I'm talking about is Aliens Exist, No One Cares. It's been like a year and a half in the making, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I produced 95% of it. It's pretty much all in-house. The only well, I'll talk about features. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not one of the people that likes to hold information.
Right.
The only feature outside the camp really is Rex. You know what I'm saying? One of my homies from New York, but he's family. He's Fredo Crespo. So I think it's a testament to like you said, how hard I work, and a lot of people don't know me for production like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got a whole album that I just wrapped up with another heavyweight out here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only on one song, like rapping, but like I produced the whole joint. Like, I think there's like 12 songs I produced for the album. I'm gonna keep that one in the tuck because I don't think he wants me to say too much, even though I've said it in at shows like a dingbat. But I'm just excited, man. We got Savage Land 2. It is not a myth. I know a lot of people, think Savage Land 2 is a myth. I just sent about 50 files to the bad seed in the building.
Oh yeah,
Steve, man. That's another alien, bro.
Oh, for real, bro. Well, he was just on last week, bro.
Right there. As a lyricist, Brad, like, as somebody that considers this as art, you know, I gotta give love to Bad Seed, man. Like I got an opportunity to give flowers, I got to. Like that man motivates me. You know what I'm saying? To be doing it like that and making it look good, like that's where I want to be, really. You know what I'm saying? We'll
True.
talk about longevity, he's a model for that. So shout out to, Seventh Man Productions and
Seed. Shout out Seed. The run he's been on too. The run he's been
oh
on.
yeah,
Wild. Wild.
he's insane. He's
For real.
insane, man. His whole camp, Honey De Niro, you know what I'm saying? Murder Megs, like
Nah,
it's ridiculous, bro.
for real. For real.
Um, but yeah, like that's the album pretty much. It's like, you know, aliens exist, no one cares. It's like, yo, I feel like I'm proven in terms of like lyricism and production. People really gonna see like what I could do.
Hmm.
But it's like, yo, when I grew up, watching Big Tig in the basement, I wasn't looking at the money these MCs were making. I was listening to how fucking cold they were on the microphone. Like I was like, I want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time to get more dividends and more ducats and all that. Um, but I feel like I'm almost on that level of like time traveling and hopping in the basement with Big Tigger. You know what I mean? Like, those are the aliens. You know what I mean? Like people who walk around with a certain set of skills to murder a microphone or kill like a beat set or produce something crazy. So that's in the work. And again, I'm all over the place because I'm excited to be talking about music right now. Savage Land 2, like I said, it is pretty much done. It's just got to get mixed down. Um, no, I'm having an interview, baby, in a little bit. Yeah, it's just calm down time for my daughter. So,
It's all good,
she
dude.
be getting kind of tight at me because I'm like, yo, you got to watch something educational that night now. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Um,
Make that screen time worth it.
Yeah, bro. Visual learning is a thing too. It's text. Um, but yeah, man, just working really hard. I got a lot of like other surprises, features on albums that like, you know, um I didn't think I would be able to make, you know what I'm saying? Like features on some of my top 10, albums and like in terms of lyricists. I got a lot of surprises here, you know what I mean? So, but I'm really excited for this show, man. Um, it's gonna be incredible. Y'all throw incredible shows. Um,
Thank you.
it's gonna be another night, man. That's like gonna be, legendary.
Hell yeah.
You know
People
what I
need to
mean?
show up, show out for these dudes, man. For real. People need to show up and
Hmm.
make it worth it for everybody. You know what I mean? It's a great venue too. So it's wide open space. It's a nice venue. Come on through, and
Hell yeah.
we're
Hell
gonna have
yeah.
a good time. For hip hop. That's what we're doing it for. A- Aliens exist. No one cares. You've had that name for a minute, and
I know.
it's more relevant right now than ever, bro. That's
It's
like
crazy.
that's like a prophetic name, bro. Because like after the congressional hearing last week, like
Yeah.
it's undeniable now, but no one is talking about it. No one
Nobody
gives a
cares.
fuck. Gas
Nobody
prices.
cares.
Gas prices. That's my pet peeve this week. That's my
Yo, Brad, that's what I was about to say, bro. Like the concept came because like, yo, like I used to smoke a lot of trees, right? And in that process, I became like an astrophysicist. You know what I'm saying? I'm like watch Sagan, I watch Neil deGrasse Tyson. And, you get these ideas, man. Me and my homie came up with the Adam and Eve theory. It's like, yo, if we are a grain of sand on a beach, an ocean full of like galaxies, right? Like every grain of sand, is a galaxy, because that's the concept, that's science. You know what I mean? Like that's astrophysics, that knowledge, right? We are pretty much a grain of sand on a beach full of other galaxies. Like it's like, yo, what if God, mixing science and religion, what if God set up all these Adam and Eve theories to kind of see who blows himself up first. That's a very high thought. But like you said, the rinse do. How do I can't like who cares? Who cares about that shit? Like, like and what does that say about our society, right? Where we can't get on all of well, we're not comfortable enough or safe enough, or we don't think it's that important to get on all get on one accord to like unify and further the human race. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Or come to a greater understanding. Get rid of racism, get rid of sexism, get rid of bigotry, like get rid of all of it. Like things are so severe, and I'm speaking from a privileged USer, um, because it's crazy all over the place. I went to Spain. Sha-Elemental, what up, man?
What's
Josh.
good?
It was,
Sha-Elemental in the building. What up, bro?
Chilling, chilling. You
Yeah.
know,
oh yeah, man.
Friday.
Ghost, finish your thought, my friend.
Yeah, man. I went to Spain, bro. I think in 2016, 2017. I had a show, man. Shout out to my man DJ Conzer. But we were standing outside of a club, you know what I'm saying? And the cops was profiling me and this MC named Negro Che. So in Valencia,
Hmm.
he's like the man, you know what I mean? He's a black man like me, but he's like, from Spain, he's Spanish. He looked at me. I looked at him like, holy shit. He was like, yo, we got racism out here too, brother. There's like no difference.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like that whole concept, it's like it might not just be in the United States where people are just like living hand to mouth or just trying to make ends meet because there's really only two classes, in my mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody else that doesn't think they're working class or struggling, these motherfuckers is trying to keep up with the Joneses. You
Right.
got that Tesla or you got that whatever to impress the next person, but you're in debt. You know what I'm saying? So with this knowledge, right? Like I love Fire in the Sky. I love that story. You know what I mean? Mr. Walton talking about being abducted. Like that shit's real. Like, you know what I mean? Like it has to be.
Oh,
You know what
in
I'm
the universe?
saying?
Come on,
That's
do
what
the math.
yo,
Do the math.
y'all,
Right.
y'all listen to that story. Sean with you. Y'all listen to that story. Tell me this dude ain't capping. But everybody else went on about their life.
Hmm.
Everybody else went about their life because things are so severe. Now the metaphor with that is it's like, you know, coming back from Spain, I'm working my desk job. I go to Spain, people are loving the hip hop. Anybody in the Western Mass scene is like is and will be loved someplace else even harder, even though I feel the love here. Especially Europe. I come back here, you know what I'm saying? I got paid to go over there. I'm sitting at my desk job, get yelled at by my boss, like, I am great. Why would you yell at me like this?
Right.
You know what I just did over there?
Who are you talking to?
Right. It's like I'll make some ill shit in here, And my wife's like, you take the trash out?
Hmm.
Like shit. Aliens exist, no one cares. You could be an alien in any form or any medium of what you do. You could be incredible. You know what I'm saying? But it takes a lot to get that love and recognition. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact that you're breathing air right now, the fact that you exist, you lived as long as you have lived to get to this point, I think it's a feat. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like it's not defeatist, that title, but it's almost like I feel you. If you've ever felt like underrated or overlooked or um not appreciated, you're not alone, you
Right.
know?
Yep. I was thinking about that
So
today personally. Thinking about certain things about mental health and all. Because I had a very long day at work and a long day yesterday. And
Yeah.
yeah, it'll beat you down. And Seed actually said it last week, and he said it bluntly. He's like, "Fuck the corporations, man." He's like, "They don't care about you," and it's right. They don't care about you. You're the number. It's how much money you can make for them and how little they're gonna give you back. and it's true. So anyway,
Exactly.
we're getting
That's why
heavy.
we got to find our peace, bro. You know what I mean? We got to find what works for ourselves. Like, and as men, we got to take care of ourselves, you know? Like, a lot of us don't talk, you know? Men are isolated, bro. I don't care what nobody says. Like, men are isolated. So,
Stupid.
through everything that Steve said, through all the shit that you was talking about at work, like, you know, we go through it. You know what I mean?
Everybody
It
does.
might be unique to our situation, but we go through it. But then we got to put it somewhere because that shit turns into fucking mental illness. It turns
Drug
into
abuse,
fucking
sponsor abuse,
strokes. Yeah,
fun
bro.
abuse, all of that, all of
Yeah.
Mm.
it, and it's
So we
all
need to take care of ourselves.
denying yourself. You know what's you're actually going through, ignoring it. No,
Exactly.
It's hard to try to.
Exactly.
It's hard carrying the weight. You know, it really is. It does get to a
Hmm.
point, and we're all roughly the same age too. And
Hmm.
we all grew up through the same generation, and from the generation before us raised us all pretty much the same. And you like you said, you're a man. You're supposed to carry it, and it does get heavy, for real, for real.
It really does. Heavy as the head, bro.
Mm.
Heavy as the
this
head.
whole social media thing changes people's definition of what is being a man. You know what I mean? Like it's all skewed. Like some of the corniest stuff is normalized now. Like just so corny. Like I look at it, and I'm sure you guys too, being this around the same age, and, you know, sharing the same interests and what for the most part. Like
Mm.
some of this stuff, you're just like, wow. Like, do I really care who the Island Boys are making out with, even if it is each other? I don't care. I don't need to know.
Don't care. Don't care
No.
about most of all that. Like 6ix9ine getting beat up at the Planet Fitness. Don't care about that.
Like
Don't care.
we should be talking about that shit. We should be talking about how Nas just dropped an album at almost 50 years old and still killing it, regardless of people's
Yeah.
personal on the album. But like, yo,
And,
you got to recognize what's happening right now. Like, it's crazy.
yeah, and also give props, right? Like we're
Yeah,
so
people
quick to tear down, you know, what somebody else is doing. Like, and I love my brothers, you know what I mean? Like I love people that, you know, my brothers in arms, you know, people that do this shit, you know? Like we are senseis in our own right. Oh, it's all right, baby. I'm feeding my son. Like we're senseis in our own right, you know, but at the same time, it's like a lot of us are bitter, man. A lot of people who create are bitter. Like I see this shit as jazz. You know what I mean? So when that Nas album and shit, when it dropped, right? People complain about the beats. People complain about like whatever they can. But that dude is 50 years old. And to me, he didn't lose a step. He's part of that conversation where hip hop is jazz. Like, yes, hip hop is an art form that is for the youth, but
yeah,
it's also for us.
yeah.
It's also for us.
You shouldn't be able to age out of it. Like, why?
Exactly.
The Rolling Stones are
Exactly.
still playing. You know what I mean?
Come
Like,
on, man.
the only
Come
genre that
on.
pulls that nonsense.
It's
Come on, man.
not a sport like football or basketball or fighting or something where your body's going to be taking such a toll that you just can't continue on.
Yeah,
So
Right. Earl Spence should stop boxing, by the way.
and
But
why-
that's
go
the
ahead.
thing. MCs look at it kind of like a sport. I know I do because I'm like, yo, the pugilism of it. Like, when I put stuff together, that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm like, yo, this is a blood sport. Like, I'm Van Damme in that ring about to fight Bolo. And that's the
Mhm.
mindset. Like,
that's the competition of it all, of course.
yeah, it's an internal competition too, because like,
Mhm.
and with everybody around you, there's so many dope MCs around here. It's crazy, and it's
Mhm.
like, yo,
So Sha, I got a question, man, not to cut you short.
yeah, no,
Like, you don't think, Miles Davis wasn't feeling like that? Bloodsport didn't come out, when he was like, kicking ass, and he probably kicked ass to his last days, but you don't think he felt like that too? Like he had to you know what I
absolutely,
mean? Like he was probably still learning till the day he died, or the day that love died. I don't think his love died for it, but he probably was on it like trying to come up with the new ill too.
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
it's like,
To me,
why
when
do
you stop
we
growing,
do
that's
that?
death too.
That's
When you stop
true.
learning and growing, like that's death.
Bro, it really is. My pops used to say that RP to him. He said, "Yo, son, you stop working, you die." So you're on point.
Yeah,
Very wise man. So I think, we really got to stop, like, one, as men, and then two, like isolating. and to as MCs and people who love this culture, curators like yourself, Brad. Like, I'm not saying you do this, you know what I'm saying? I know that it's just a culture of, you know, look at that dude over there. Like, who does he think he is? Which is kind of part of it. If you think about it, like, the birth of it or birth of hip hop, but there's also we've shown and it has been shown that hip hop artists could show unity and come together around a cause and come together around the art. And that's what's about to happen Friday. You know what I'm saying? The acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to one, love on ourselves hard, bro, like, and appreciate what the fuck we do, not care what other people say or it's tough, right? Because we're artists, and I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm sensitive about my shit. Like, there are moments when I'm writing something where it's like, yo, I don't care what nobody says, this is
Good shit.
fire.
Yep.
There are other
Absolutely. You
moments
gotta
where
have
it's like, yeah, there are other moments where I'm like, yo, are you sure you think this is dope or blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to get to that. It really don't matter, which I think is possible, but I'm not there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter. Like, as long as I think it's ill, you know what I'm saying?
Now,
Yeah, that's important.
you think that would be a certain age that you would hit that you would think fuck it don't matter, or do you think it's a certain level of your internal skill that you're satisfied with?
That is such a great question, right? Because Shah said it beautifully. Like there's another there's always another level, right?
Hmm.
I think it might come with age. It might
Yeah.
come with age, man. Like, because there has to be because outside of what we do, right? Brad, you was talking about it. Like, there's life, right? Like, there's life in what we do, but there's life outside of it, right? Um, the day I think I'll stop doing what I do, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think I ever will. But only God knows. It's when this gets more stressful or just as stressful as when the cape is off, like when I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? Or like when it becomes something I fall out of love with. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's an age thing. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always another level to be reached, bro.
Hmm.
Sorry, my daughter's kicking my son out of her room.
Oh,
He's
good, bro.
so sassy. She's like,
I know for me too,
get
it's
out of
like
here.
the second I stop feeling I'm not getting when I feel like I'm not improving and getting better at my craft, that might be the time. Or when I lose that drive. Because it's like there's been times I'm sure Ghost can relate too. It's like you get in these points where you're like, why am I even doing this? Like nobody's paying attention. Like
Mm,
you
mm,
write shit, you're like, yo, this shit's slick as a motherfucker right here.
mhm,
Like I those are the moments that remind me because like I'm my worst critic. And like Ghost was saying, where he was like, oh, is this good or is this whack? The instant I even think that, I'm like, it's whack, gone, write something new.
mm, mm,
Because for years, when I was first writing, it was like whatever I wrote, I wanted to use it. And I wasn't
mhm,
being so picky about the verses I was using, the delivery, all that shit. But I also came from a place where I wasn't taught none of this shit. Everything I learned in
mm,
hip hop was like off of me just learning, listening on my own, and just figuring it out on my own. And same thing with my boy JT, who's been recording me for years and stuff. I do record myself now too, but like everything he learned, we didn't have nobody to show us none of this stuff. So it was like, all right, get the equipment and figure it out. Listen to the music
mm.
and figure it out. How do I count bars? I don't know. I had that Twan Hill show me that. And even then, it took a while to sink in. And I know proficient MCs to this day who cannot count bars and
Can't
it blows
count
my mind.
bars.
I'm
Can't
like, yo,
count
just do the
bars.
Nori. What? Boom, bar.
Right, but yo, to speak to what you're speaking, and Sha, I think you're an elite MC yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I listen to your shit, and like, I could I could tell like you put a lot of care in your bars. You know what I'm saying? And you're absolutely right. Like, I've had those moments where it's like, damn, why am I even you know doing this? And it goes back to that love. And bro, I look at this shit like martial arts, bro. Like, or boxing. That's why I love boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Terrence Crawford has been my favorite boxer for the last 5 or 6 years before this fight. You know what I mean? And he's an underdog. You know what I mean? Like, A lot of people haven't heard of that boxer until like this past weekend. But what was he doing
He
for
whooped,
5 years?
bro. He whooped
Going,
ass.
You know, that's
he
like
went
Black
crazy.
Thought, Royce the 5'9", a couple of the other
Hmm.
dudes. You know, recently, people are like, oh my god, who are these people? I'm like, yo, that's the person
Hmm.
I've been listening to for the last 25 years. Where have
Hmm.
you been? You know what I
Yep.
mean?
So
It's crazy.
back to the original point, Shah. Like these people have been in the dojo. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You don't
Still
think none of them
practicing.
people have had doubts? You know what I'm saying? Like these people have been in the dojo. These people have been writing. These people have been recording. You know, there's probably thousands of songs we'll never hear from some of our favorites. You know, it goes back to that that Mamba mentality shit. Like these motherfuckers doing shit. You know, when we're sleeping.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And for the fact that they love it. You know what I'm saying? And I also think there's a financial piece to it, which is huge because
Oh,
that's like right,
that's like a
a,
third of it.
lo-
Probably. You know what I
right,
mean?
a third of it. But like we're men, we have families, we have jobs. That's a big part of it too, right? Like a lot of our, for me, a lot of the validation has been in the past, and even now, like I like getting paid. A lot of that validation is like, okay, like me putting monetary value on what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like if nobody wants to pay for this or whatnot, it's not dope. And that's not the case.
Mm.
That's not the case. You know what I mean? I don't think we've ever seen the illest on planet Earth. I think that motherfucker got drowned in doubt. You know what I'm
Absolutely,
saying?
probably on the block somewhere rhyming, and you know what I mean? Like he never
Rapping
came
to
up.
himself, became something else. Like not
Got
you
discouraged.
the mind is crazy. So how I position my shit, bro, is like this is martial arts. And every once in a while, I get to come out during the Kumite, blood sports reference, and show motherfuckers I can do a split and uppercut somebody in the balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's like the other part of it. It's like, what are we doing it for? Because there are people that go down to, they used to do red shop ciphers, the subway ciphers.
Yep.
There are people I've never heard of in my life and haven't seen since slicing people's heads off. You could be one of them dudes.
Yeah.
But it's like about setting goals, right? It's like, yo, I want to have 20 albums before I'm done with everything. Okay, goal. Then what? I want to have 20 albums and I want to make 70,000 a year off underground hip hop, off hip hop, period. It's like with that skill, with how special we are with our pen and with this music shit, because I don't care, we're special, bro. For to do this, you know what I'm saying?
Just the fact
It's
we
like,
keep doing it through all this shit alone.
that's right. And to do it at a high level. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like the quality is there. It's like now, what's the marketing plan?
Mm.
What's the features looking like? Because I didn't start having these goals until my homie Depth Over Simplicity was just like, yo, he kind of put the mirror up for a second and was like, bro, you got no merch. Like, what are you doing?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you're too good not to have merch. So that's another level. You know what I'm saying? Working with people outside the camp. So outside of us being nasty, we gotta have goal. Like we gotta have a vision board. You know what I mean? On some assassin shit. Like, okay, boom. I'm gonna tag this dude for a feature. I'm gonna drop this album, at least 2 videos. Even to have it up on the vision board, not even knowing how you're gonna get it, just having it there. Step one. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, yeah, bro. Have you ever met a martial artist? Like my daughter Sensei is the happiest motherfucker on the planet, bro. But like, I don't think I think he's happy with the art. He's getting paid for it here, but I feel like he'd be doing it and happy if he wasn't getting paid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now we gotta think, internally. It's like, what do we really want from this shit? My son just turned off all the power in this goddamn house. Oh my God.
Lord.
Ugh.
Marketing.
Kids, man, that's wild. Okay, man. We live. Shit happens. Y'all know how we do. There you go.
Yeah, man, we here. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay.
but yeah, well, I'm definitely looking forward to Friday, fellas. We're gonna have a good time. Like I said,
Well,
Yo,
these people gotta be coming out, showing up. Starlight, Southbridge, Massachusetts. It's going down. Oh shit, we just lost Ghost.
whoa.
Son probably grabbed his phone, but it's all good. Sean, my man, how you been? How you been? What you been up to?
Can't complain, just working and shit. You know what I mean? Working on music, working on these couple albums I got coming up. Got a couple more things that are in the works music wise. I don't know if I'm ready to announce them yet, but a couple group things. One thing I can tell you, we are going to be following up the album with DL, me and Dirt. We're going to be doing a part 2 of that, so we're starting work on that now. And then I got a couple other things involving a couple people we're familiar with that I'll let them decide when it's time to talk about that. But yeah, I got Dastardly Grin 2 coming out by the end of the year, and then I got Album of Bofat that I'm working on right now. On that joint, I got Ren Thomas on it. I got Seed in the Barrel, Bad Seed, Mo Ruckus, obviously Dirt Russell, G.I. Jones. Phenomenal. This shit's a banger. Bofat's
yo,
animal.
when are we linking, bro? What's up, man?
No, you just
What's
said
up?
Set it up right now. Let's do it.
Nah, serious, yo. Send me your email, bro. I got some shit I want to send you, bro.
Word.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, the amount of
Yeah,
talent,
bro.
the amount of talent around right now, and that a lot of people that are working together is wild. Like it's
Yeah.
always we're all connected to each other through the social media world and making shit happen. That's pretty dope. That's the best thing about social media. I think it's actually having a product or an outcome. You know what I mean? At the end of it, not just talking shit and yelling at each other and fighting and debating. And now let's actually work and let's do some shit and let's build something that's different than what everybody else is doing.
Something that comes up a lot: professionalism.
Hmm.
I can guarantee you, on every single show I do, there's somebody on there that I'm like, this motherfucker shouldn't be even on here. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to be a hater. I'm going to keep it to myself. And my parents taught me, if you ain't got something good to say, don't say anything at all. So I try to live by that as much as I can, unless it's affecting me in a negative way. And the only way to fix that is for me to address it. Then, like, a lot of people could learn from that, because we got some cats out here that run in these circles that perform at the same venues we be performing at, who, man, these dudes swear they're Jay-Z already. And it blows my mind. I'm like, Doug, I know where you work. You're performing on the same card as me. You know what I mean? But when I was younger, I might act up on something like that. Nowadays, it's more like, all right, whatever, people will figure it out. You know what I mean? Because eventually people are going to see through the nonsense. It's kind of like you got a rapper who has been in 15 crews. What's the problem? You think it's the crews or him?
Right.
Yo, Sha, real quick, bro. I'm feeling everything you're saying, man. That it kind of reminds me of what one of my mentors, she told me, Dr. Shirley Carter, bro. She was like, I was just frustrated, bro. Like my folks were I was just worried about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like they weren't living righteous. I was worried about them, like them surviving, you know? I was one of them kids that heard my mom cough when I was a kid and thought she was dying. Like, yo, like, you all right, mom? Like, it's like, yo, you good? You gonna make it? You know,
You'd be
she
surprised
told
if
me.
people struggle.
Let's say that again.
I was gonna say a lot of people struggle with that.
No, for real, bro. Like I had a lot of anxiety around, my people not taking care of themselves. My mentor told me, like in this sense, like she was like, "Yo, sometimes you can't tell them, you gotta show them. So you get your shit together, right? Like you be the one, you show up with it, and then people will follow you. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And I think people they're gonna see, man. You know what I mean? Like people watch, they notice. You know what I'm saying? Like an MC is like we're the most looked at shows. Besides, I'm not gonna say that, but like people look at us at shows. You know what I mean? And we really are an example because when we get that microphone, everything shuts down. You know what I'm saying? So how do we hold ourselves accountable in that sense? Are we a part of conversations that are progressive? I like what Brad said. Like, yo, like, how about you guys work? How about y'all show up with some shit? You know what I mean? Like, because this person got an album out. You know what I'm saying? This
Yep.
person got X, Y, Z. So I just wanted to you know, highlight what you said there, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man.
That's the thing. A lot of the MCs out there, especially the local guys that have those egos, they don't really know how to market themselves at
No,
all. They have
that's
no
usually
idea, and they just think that I'm gonna storm everybody's links. I'm gonna storm everybody's Facebook page. I'm gonna tag 99, and that works. It doesn't, man. It really doesn't. Yeah, it turns people so off. It's like I'm not even gonna be looking at that anymore, and then you get blocked. It's like shit,
so
and
cool,
then
man.
you lose people. That's what sucks, man. People really, really, really need to learn how to market themselves a little bit better, for
Yeah,
sure.
and it boils down to you got to spend money to make money.
Hmm.
Like, period. There's no way around it, especially in this like social media climate where the algorithm is blocking anything music related or entertainment related that you're not sponsoring. So
Right.
the only people who are going to see that is your most engaged people on whatever platform you're on. But I mean, for most people, that's like a couple dozen people at max. You know what I mean? So it's like I've seen a lot of dudes who are super talented, but that's the issue. They don't know how to market themselves. And then when they get off that first project and they don't market it correctly and they don't do what they should be doing to make sure they're being heard, then they quit
They get
thinking
discouraged.
they get so discouraged that they don't realize the reason they're doing so bad is because they're not listening, they're not
Hmm.
learning, not applying, just watching the people doing things correctly and doing what they do. I mean, it's pretty simple. And a lot of cats, like I know me, if somebody was, people, you'd be like, yo, for a long time, they'd be like, why are you doing songs with these dudes? I'd be like, yo, they're just cool. I met them, whatever. I don't know. Then people be like, yo, but it's a waste of time. Like, these people are never going to do anything. You know what I mean? And it's like, after a while, I had to kind of cut that back a little bit, not because I want to be that person, but I just realized doing those things wasn't being conductive to what my goal was.
Word. So Sha, I'm gonna drop a couple of gems that were given to me by people who are where I want to be, right? Um, and they kind of contradict each other, and this goes to your point. So I did my Esco set joint with Skyju. I was asking mad questions on the music video shoot, because I don't care. Like, I am not shy. I will talk to you. You did a feature, I don't care, man. Like, let's build. And
Yep.
we, after the video, things were kind of like a bit more real when I speak to Skyzoo because I wasn't Skyzoo, even though I was like that on the inside. He told me, he's like, yo, Ghost, you're dope. He was like, just don't whore yourself out, you know? I didn't ask him what he meant by that, but I'm, I'm kind of I'm understanding that. It's okay for you to be selective, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to work with everybody, you know what I mean? And like, it doesn't mean you're an evil human, doesn't mean you're a jerk. Just you being selective is smart. This is chess. You know this. I know you know this because of how you talking. You know what I mean? Like, this is
Yeah.
chess. On the other hand, DJ Eclipse, um, this was like maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. There's a show, nonfiction came out to Westfield, and he was talking to us. He was like, yo, he typed in our names. He was like, yo, he had all our albums. He was like, I spin y'all. He was like, yo,
That's dope.
what y'all need to do though is work with more people. You need to work with more people outside the camp, outside Western Mass, outside of Mass, all over Mass.
Yep. And that
You
makes sense.
know,
You do a song with some dude from Cali, then you're getting exposed to that fan base. And that's kind of the approach I've been taking with it. Like I've been doing shit with like Mickey Bourbon and shit like that from Jersey and shit, like dudes like that. I'm trying to reach outside this area because if somebody from out there gets on your radar, then they're clearly doing something. Because we're all the way out here. You know what I mean?
Right. That's right.
So to me, it's like it used to be like, oh, the dude at work that is a rapper. Like I can't stand when motherfuckers be like, oh, I'm a rapper. I'm like, oh, you got some albums out? And they're like, well, nah, I just shut the fuck up, get out of here. Like you rap, you're not a rapper. Like you rap, but you're not a rapper. You're definitely not an MC. And I understand everybody starts somewhere, but like you were saying,
that understanding, right? So when you show up, right, like that disposition you have, like because you're a sharp lyricist, like you know what I mean? Like it's tattooed on your heart, and I know I could tell, bro. I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? So when you show up someplace and detonate a microphone, people are like, yo, who's Sha-Elemental? I need to go home and step my shit up. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do that.
That's beautiful.
We live to inspire. Also, like we're saying right now, it's like stepping out of our comfort zone with that. I'd rather have MCs like myself in the next 10 years come up. I'd rather nurture that than something I'm really not fucking with. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather water those seeds.
Soldier Boy or something like.
Hey, listen, man. Soldier Boy is the first person with an iPhone to ever go FaceTime and freestyle. So he's the GOAT. But
I give everybody their props. Like, don't get me wrong, marketing genius. But let's be real, okay?
I was just joking, by the way.
I respect the shit out of Master P, but am I gonna be sitting there breaking down his bars? Never.
Nah. Like, see, and that's the person, or those are the people you're gonna inspire. You know what I'm saying? Through what you do. This is what we do is, our art, this is something I've noticed. Our art pays dividends later. Years later. People talking about Heroes for Hire 1 through 3. Years later, it's like I could post a song marketing. I could put a picture up of my son digging in records, you know what I mean? And, pull a song from iTunes that I made on Heroes for Hire 2, attach it to the picture. People like, yo, where can I get that song? Could be 2 people, could be 3, could be 1. But that's a fan. You know what I'm saying? But I did that shit. I wrote that in 2018. Like that's another thing. It's like a lot of people, this is a long game. It's the long game, bro. Any art, it's the long game. You know what I mean? It's not, bro, because to me, sometimes I sit on shit so long, like I could understand why Dr. Dre is like, I don't even want to put this shit out. Because I've created so much fire in between. It's not as good as what I've done. But me personally, bro, I've learned, like watching people, not everybody could do what FC Mac has done. Not everybody could do what, a lot of these people are doing by like dropping an album a week. You know what I'm saying? But you think bro, I went to the mini mansion with ESP when we were recording Victory Cigar, right? Entirely produced over there, the mini mansion. I remember I did a take. ST-Nac was like, leave it. And it wasn't because like it wasn't dope. I think I fucked up on something I said. He was like, yo, it sounds dope, fuck, yo. I understood what he was talking. He's like, yo, we don't have 25 years. There's no time. What if Paul Creed told Rocky? There is no tomorrow. That's how I think a lot of these dudes work. It's like there is no tomorrow. Like we just got to drop this shit now. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, like it's also, output and also recognizing what you have done in the past and what you continue to do will show dividends later, even though it might sound crazy.
Well, to me, I think we're in this like with hip hop anyway. Nowadays, where it's at, it's almost like we're in that Van Gogh zone where like painting's been a thing for a long time now. oh, look what he's doing. Nobody's paying attention to it. But then maybe one day when we're gone, that's when we'll get that recognition. Like you were saying, like it may not come right now, but eventually it could. And I know, and I'm sure you feel the same way, as long as you know what you're putting into it and what your intention is, at the end of the day, knowing at least you tried and you did put that, you went in the booth and you did that and built that and created that, that's enough. Because for me, it's never really been about money. It's been more about props. Like, yeah, money be cool, but I just want everybody to be like, yo, this motherfucker is dope. He can spit. Like, this dude's a marksman. Like, this dude's sharpened his liquid sword to the point where it's slicing motherfuckers. You know what I mean? That's my motive. Because being a white guy, it's like, oh, what are you trying to be, Eminem? Oh, what are you trying to be, this, that, or the third? Oh, you want to be a rap star and blah, blah. It's like, motherfucker, look at me. Do I look that marketable where, like, I'm not going to be dancing with Diddy in a video ever. That ain't, like, it never will be. I just want to be able to do what I love and hopefully maybe one day make some money off of it.
No, you're hip hop, bro. You understand? When I first heard you, when I first seen you rock, like, I'm like, who's that motherfucker? Like, there are people, you know, I don't mind giving props, bro. Like, there are people where, like, I'll be at shows, man, and I show love to, like, anybody that does this. You know what I mean? Like, how we do it. You know what I'm saying? But there are people who pierce through, like, where you, like, stop looking at your drink or stop fucking going on IG and you look up real quick. Like, oh, shit, this motherfucker nasty. Like, you're one of them dudes, and it's not a, you know, like any purist, appreciate you. Any purist, you know what I mean? Like, will recognize you as hip hop. All that race shit's out the window. You know what I mean? Or you know, but if a cat's on some racist shit, is different. You know what I mean? Which you're not. But you're hip hop. You know what I mean? Your skills speak for itself. So, you know, it should never be a question of that. You know, that brings me to another thought. It's like, it's a double-edged sword, I think. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, on one hand, you know, some people might say you got the complexion for the connection. You know what I mean? On the other hand, which is like a real thing in our world. On the other hand, is like, this dude better be dope. You know what I'm saying? Or he has to be dope. He has to be dope. And that you are. You feel me? There's another point I wanted to make, man, because I didn't want to skip over this. Bro, value. It's like, I feel like so many of us are trapped in our heads as artists, bro, especially when you real dope. Like I said, you can be the dopest on the planet, rapping to yourself. You know what I mean? Doubting yourself all day. Like, now it's like, people think you're dope. People know you're dope. People want to support your dopeness. People will support your dopeness. What are you going to give them so they can support what you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I work for many nonprofits. You know what I mean? And they're like, we need funding to keep doing what we do. Any corporation is business minded, right? But like, that's that internal conflict, right? It's like, yo, I'm an artist. Like, this is pure. I do this any day of the week. But bro, you got to put, you know, there's got to be some gas money involved. Listen, thank God my wife is a fan of what I do. And she is she cold-blooded, man. I went to a show one time, she was laughing. She was laughing at whoever was on stage. Like, she's cold. And hip hop is now her shit. It wasn't her shit until she met me. It's now her shit. So I remember one time she was mad at me, and I'm in here making some shit. I made Dream Green, and she came out. We had a fight. She came out into the my studio area, and she was like, "Yo, I can't even be mad at you." She was like, "I hate you, dude, because like this song is so good." You know what I'm saying? But how do we make money now? You know, it justifies me going out to shows. It's like, yo, baby, I'll slide you, you know, half of whatever I get from this show. You know, so we got to make it work for us because we got to eat. Our kids got to eat. We got bills to pay. You know what I mean? Like, And what we manifest can manifest money. Like we rap on a level where we should be getting paid for it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And how do we make that happen?
You know,
That's
and that's the thing.
part.
How to make it happen.
Right.
That's it.
You
It's a
need
lot of
people to
building.
support. You need people to support. Go to the band camps, buy the money. I mean, buy the merch, buy everything. And I think a way that some artists really like, there's no platform that doesn't rob you, which sucks. You know, every platform that you're using is robbing you some sort of way, and we got to
Yeah.
find a way around that. We got to do it ourselves. Seed says it all the time. We got to be self-governed. We have to be self-sufficient. We have to be a community unto ourselves. And
Mhm.
so we do need to figure out a way to cut that middleman out. And that's
Yeah, bro.
Everybody on the same page.
that's the
Brad,
thing.
you're one of them dudes, Brad, that like I don't know, you got the vision, you know what I'm saying? Like look at what you're building, you know, like you're curating something crazy, like something dope. In the future it'd be dope to have like a segment, like a theme with like business, breaking down like how some of these MCs are like maybe some of their plugs. Like I'm a person, I love sharing. I'm type person, I don't got enough time in the day. I watch a YouTube video, try to throw some shit on the wall, see if it works. Like there's a thing called Shopify and Printful. All right. Those of you guys who are listening, you probably know what this is like. Brad, you probably know what this is like. If you don't have the money to like buy the merch and you have a logo, you know what I'm saying? Shopify, like the subscriptions, like you could get rid of your Netflix. I don't know how many people would want to do that. That's another thing because this whole thing is a sacrifice. Um, Not like Illuminati, but you get rid of a couple of your subscriptions. You know what I mean? And then pay what is it like $15, $20 a month for Shopify Printful? You know what I mean?
Yep.
You send it to a printing company, hands off, right? Hands off.
Same thing. All you do is
And
upload your art, pick your colors, and then they print them to buy. That's it.
that's right. I created one, got like 5 sales in a week, which is dope. I'm like, holy shit. There are other ways too. You could go to the direct distributor. Like, say if you want to sell shirts, you could go directly to the print shop in your town, your neighborhood. Their distributor, hold on, let me come back. Their distributor and get shirts for like $1.
Right.
You get shirts for $1 and show up to the freaking print shop.
Yep.
Save yourself some money. There's ways. It's just a lot of people, like I said, going back to it, it's like, yo, I'm dope. People should just love me. People should just love what I do. I'm fire. People should just buy. Like, nah. There's a lot of back end work that I'm learning about. Like, you got to learn. You know, my kids are a blessing in more than one way. They inspire everything, but it's like I want to be able to take them to Six Flags. I want to be able to take them to Sky Zone or whatnot with music money. I want to pay for groceries. I'm blessed enough where I pay for some bills with music, or some guerrilla marketing, or some people buying shit at shows, or some show money. But that's still money. I'm still feeding my family with my art.
That's the goal.
So,
the ultimate
yep.
goal for me.
Mm-hmm.
Props.
Yep. Get rid of that day job. That's the goal for sure.
Hell yeah, bro.
That's all of our goals, man. Get rid of that goddamn day job. And
I couldn't imagine being able to create 24/7.
That'd be crazy. Dude, imagine some of these cats. Like, it's possible, and if you see it, you could do it. It's going to take sacrifice. A lot of these people just wake up like, I had to learn how to do, like, I love music so much, bro. I've had a lot of support, you know what I mean? Like, I have an engineer, like somebody I love, like somebody keeping the cut. But they gave me Pro Tools. They gave me a pop filter. They helped find me a cheap mic that actually sounds really good.
Yeah, that's how I got all my shit. My boy Jay, when he upgrades, I get his old shit.
That's right. Wake up in the morning and record.
Like, I got Pro Tools, I got a board, I got a nice mic. I'm good to go.
Like
self-sufficient.
It's all guerrilla style, man. We're doing it all by ourselves.
Yeah.
if you got a camera, get out there, start shooting some shit. You know what I
And
mean?
then
You do
on
this.
top of that is just knowing what is quality,
Hmm.
and having
Having
the
an eye or the vision. Exactly. You know, it's the same thing. Having the ear, the eye, the vision, and you can make some shit happen. But
Mhm.
fellas, it's been a great talk. We're coming to the end of the hip hop happy hour. It is time to start plugging yourselves away. Sha, what you got coming up besides the show this Friday that everybody better show up to?
yeah, they
But
better motherfucking be there.
other than
I'll
that, what you got
choke
going?
slam people, but I can't choke slam you if you ain't there. So I guess that's not really going to work out too well. But but yeah, so recently we dropped the album Mr. DL, me and my man Dirt Russell, Dirty Elements. Go cop that. Go stream it, whatever you want to do. That album came out of a crazy, crazy situation. I know Brad knows, and Ghost may be somewhat aware of that craziness. I'm not going to go into detail. We could do a tell-all 4-hour interview about that shit. But
Right.
I'm trying to do that whole, like, leave the negativity over there, because, like, people can figure it out when they see who's moving with who and what's going on, who isn't allowed to show their faces anymore, things like that. People will know. But on that note, be on the lookout for Dastardly Grin 2. That'll be coming soon. Definitely, like I said, stream that Dirty Elements joint. I got an album of Bullfight coming, hopefully by the end of the year, if not like in January or something like that. That's coming out crazy. I got Ren Thomas on it, Bad Seed, Mo Ruckus, maybe this guy in front of me on my screen, possibly. So that's coming out crazy right now. Other than that, it's just plugging away. I'll have some more announcements soon once I kind of get those couple things situated, and talk to a couple other people when we're ready to announce something. Brad, you're a guy, so we'll probably be coming through you. But yeah, as of right now, that's pretty much it. Just come rock with us Friday. I know I'm gonna rip that shit down. I know my man's here is gonna, as well as Weapon, DOS. Everybody is on the bill. Is crazy. This shit's gonna be nuts. If you don't come out and celebrate 50 years with us, you're tripping. That's all I know.
Real. Ghost. What you got coming up, bro, in the near future?
Beautifully said, man. Brad, shout out to you putting this shit together, putting the show together. Um, yeah, baby, I'll make some popcorn in a second. Okay, give me like 5 minutes.
I want some popcorn. Shit.
You're gonna eat popcorn, okay? Give me 5 minutes.
Dad's making popcorn for everybody.
She's so cute. It's hard for me to tell her no. She's
What
smart.
up, G?
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Again, shout out to the Culture Corner, man. Like, shout out to you. All those projects sound crazy, man, and dope. I would love to be a part of anything you got going on. Um, there's a lot of shit going on this year. You know what I mean? It's tough for me to say when a lot of stuff is coming out. But I'm creating. You know what I'm saying? Follow me everywhere. GOTM Hip Hop on all social media platforms. If you want to buy a hoodie, want to buy a Scully, I got tank tops for the girls. My face is on it. Please don't get jealous. You know, it's a beautiful face. I am married. You know what I'm saying? If your girl wants to buy a shirt, you know what I mean? Like, you trust me. But you can buy a shirt at Got 'em Hip Hop Shop or Ghost of the Machine Hip Hop Shop.com. Um, yeah, man. Aliens exist. No one cares. I'm looking for something around October. You know, just dropping it, or maybe a collaboration on an album release party. Brad, if you down with that, that'd be fire.
Let's
Uh,
work.
that'd be dope. I got a whole album I'm producing for one of my homies. Can't say his name yet. It's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be my debut. He just sent me a couple of tracks, debut as a producer. Just sent me a couple of tracks, which is fire, man. I was running ear to ear yesterday when I heard them joints. What else I got going on? I got another show. You catch me Friday, Southbridge, for the show that's going on, celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop, thrown by the Culture Corner. And you catch me at Beats and Barbecue, man. Beats and Barbecue in Worcester, Massachusetts, September 16th. I'll be opening up for Raekwon with the Genosha guys. It's going to be incredible. And yeah, man, let's get to these goals, man. Let's take care of ourselves, you know, as men. Try to stay positive, try to find an outlet, man. Go on these fucking walks, you know what I'm saying? Read, you know, meditate, pray, whatever you got to do. But You know, discouragement is never useful, especially if you're an artist, bro. That's all I want to say. You know what I mean, discouragement is never useful. Keep going, keep pushing, keep grinding.
Oh yeah, every day. That's all we can do is keep moving. But again, man, thank you, fellas. I'm looking forward to seeing both of you on Friday.
Hell
So,
yeah.
hell yeah, we're gonna turn that place out. It's gonna be wild.
Burn that
Everybody
bitch down.
better
Call the
show
pilot.
up. Let's fucking go. Everybody better show up. Anybody watching, I don't care. Anybody that sees this tomorrow or the next day, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Show up. But yes, thank you, fellas. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for giving me your time. And shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. So the Hip Hop Happy Hour. We're out.
Peace, peace and love, y'all. One love.